Now to a clash between the courts and religion. Jewish and Muslim groups across Europe have joined forces to condemn a ruling on circumcision in Germany. A district court in Cologne ruled at the end of June that circumcision of infants on religious grounds amounted to grievous bodily harm. Well, joining me from Manchester in the north of England is Meir Halpern. He is a mohel, which means that he performs circumcision on Jewish boys. Thank you very much for joining us. What was your reaction when you heard that court ruling that this amounts to grievous bodily harm?
Well, the first thing that occurred to me was that grievous is a little bit of a heavy word to use, and that's because there's plenty of evidence that actual circumcision does have health benefits, and there are many scientific reports that say that it's a very good idea for young males or males to be circumcised, particularly in the field of penile cancer. So grievous is a word that struck me as being a little bit heavy to start with. And then, of course, there's the general thought of where the ruling was coming from and the history that was associated with that. But bearing all that in mind, for people that don't understand where the Jewish religion is coming from on circumcision, and people who don't quite get why we do it, I can understand that they're worried or shocked about the bodily harm as they perceive it.
So can you explain to us why Jews choose to circumcise their young boys?
Yeah, the original commandment to circumcise boys was given by God, and that's in Genesis, to Abram, our forefather, and that's the best part of 4,000 years ago. And God instructed Abram to circumcise himself and all his children afterwards for years to come. And that was described as a bond between God and the Jewish people. And the Jewish people, through, as I say, the best part of 4,000 years, have circumcised their children through thick and thin, through difficult and easy regimes, and some very difficult regimes, and have always taken the circumcision commandment as being that one thing that makes them part of that covenant with God, and of course, reinforcing the covenant that God has with his people, or with his peoples, because of course there are other religions that also practice circumcision.
I've spoken to a few people here today who have had their boys circumcised. They talked about the joy of that day, having done more than 1,000 of these. Can you explain to us how that moment is for a Jewish family?
Well, yes, it's a mixture of joy, it's a mixture of emotion. It's one of the great high points of Jewish life. They've got this wonderful present from God, this wonderful bundle of joy, and then the first thing they do, the first commandment which they carry out with this child, is to bring them into the covenant of Abraham, or Avraham Avinu, Abraham our father. And of course one can imagine the great joy of being able to have this wonderful mitzvah, this wonderful commandment to do, and the great joy that goes with it in being able to ensure the continuity of the Jewish people.
Meir Halpern, thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts and shedding some light on things from Manchester. This has been very controversial, this story. That was one side of things there. But let me share with you some of the thoughts that we've had on our Facebook page. Mohammed Ishfaq said Jews and Muslims have been practicing circumcision for thousands of years. The court has no right to interfere in people's religious affairs. Jan Ali, this is a different view. There can be no defence of deliberately inflicting pain and mutilation on a child for no medical reason. And Tabia said, has any grown-up complained that he suffered as a result of circumcision that was carried out on him as an infant? Heather, finally, if adults choose to do it, that's fine. It should not be carried out on minors. That is cruel. So look at the different viewpoints on this story. There's a wider conversation going on the Facebook page online, so do continue to have your say. Log on to facebook.com/BBC World News. Also, you can follow me as well if you're in the mood on Twitter. I'm at Lucy Hockings BBC.